How's it going, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to the channel. It is an exciting day today. New comic book day. All the nerds are happy right now. It's been a pretty fire drop today. I'm really excited about the picks that I got. So yeah, we're gonna go through them. We're gonna go over my haul for today. Just came back from the comic book shop a little bit earlier, and I'm super excited about these. But we're gonna go over the haul first, and then we're gonna go over the books that I've been reading over the past week or so. This is my number one pick of the week. I'm super excited for this. I think you guys will probably already know if you've seen my other videos. Rook Exodus issue number 8. Oh my god, that A cover is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm so excited for this. This is my favorite ongoing right now, like out of everything, DC, Marvel. Just the world building, the storytelling, everything on it is beautiful. Geoff Jones, don't miss with this. Especially if you're a new comic book reader that is just coming into the scene, this is a really good series to get into that's not Marvel or DC related. If you're looking for some good indie comics, Rook Exodus, please read it. Batman issue number 3. I'm super excited for this. I love the first and second issue. I love how it's more focused on to Tim Drake as his Robin. I also know that the Riddler is going to be in this one. As you can see, that's him there. So Riddler is like my top 5 villains for Batman. So I'm excited to see that they're bringing in the Riddler already. I'm interested to see what happens with the Vandal Savage situation, because at the end of the second issue, he basically outlawed Batman and Robin, saying that they're public enemies #1. So I'm interested to see how that plays out and see what happens with that in this issue. Batman number 3, super excited. If you haven't read it, start reading it. We have a DCKO tie-in. I know this is a lot of people's number 1 pick, but I'm still super excited. It's top 3 for me. Knightfight. DCKO issue 1 out of 4. I'm super excited for this. I don't know necessarily too much on what's going on in this. I know it has to do with what Batman's been up to since DCKO, which is a little weird for me because, spoiler alert, Batman dies in DCKO. So we'll see what happens with this. Pretty sure that this version of Batman is supposed to be Dick Grayson. I'm not sure exactly what's happening on it, but I'm guessing it has to do with some inter-universe continuities kind of thing. Either way, I'm super excited for it. It's DCKO. We all know it's going to be good. And side note on that, I was actually thinking about getting some of the other tie-ins, like the Mr. Terrific one or the Flash one. Just with my budget and all the other comics I was getting, I was just like, no, I'm going to stick with Knightfight on this one, and then in the future I'll get the other ones along with it. In my previous video, I talked about how I picked up Absolute Green Lantern issue number 2. I wasn't a huge fan on issue number 1, but I decided to get the second issue just to see if it got better at all. It did for me, and I decided while I was in the comic book shop that I would go ahead and pick up some other issues. So I went ahead and got Absolute Green Lantern issue number 3, issue number 4. That's supposed to be Abin Sur, the Green Lantern that gave Hal Jordan the ring in the original Green Lantern continuity, but he's like a different entity. They haven't dived in too much to what he's doing or what's going on with him, at least in the first and second issue. So hopefully they'll expand a little bit more on that one. And then I got issue number 5. I'm assuming this is going to be some sort of fight between Hal Jordan and the new Green Lantern. I'm blanking on her name. I can't remember it. I'm hoping that it continues an upward path. I'll be disappointed if it kind of slows down, not gonna lie. Because like I said, I gave this series another chance after the first issue was kind of for me. We'll keep it going and see what happens with it. I'm gonna be excited for it regardless. So moving on, I decided to go ahead and get Ultimate Invasion. This is a nice Marvel trade paperback. It comes with issues 1 through 4 of Ultimate Invasion. I've been hearing a lot about the Ultimate Universe for Marvel. I've just been kind of late to the game. I haven't been able to get any of the first issues of Ultimate Spider-Man, Black Panther, or Wolverine or anything like that. It's just every time I go, they always have the later issues. They don't have any of the beginning ones. So, but I saw this, and I saw it was issue 1 through 4, Ultimate Invasion, and I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and get this. It'll at least get my feet into that universe. Funny story, I was actually gonna get a different trade paperback. If you saw last week I got Transformers Energon Universe Volume 1 in this nice cute book. I was gonna get the second issue or the second volume of it. I kind of wanted to get something Marvel related because my Marvel comics is severely lacking. And so, like I said, I saw this and I was just like, you know what, let's go ahead and dabble our toes into the Ultimate Universe. And plus, it's got the Maker on there. I really been wanting to read stuff with the Maker. Got Miles Morales, Namor, Doctor Strange, Iron Man. Super excited. I already feel like this is going to be really good. Now, moving on to some books that I've read over the past week or so. If you saw my previous video, I talked about them as I got them. First up, we got Daredevil Born Again in the Marvel Premiere Collection. This was really good. I loved it so much. Like I said in my previous video, I'm always a huge Daredevil fan. He's one of my top heroes in Marvel, I'm not gonna lie. I know it's probably a little bit of a hot take, but to me personally, Daredevil is just so dope. One thing that I found very interesting about this book was that, so if you're coming from somebody that's watched like the Daredevil shows and stuff like that, it's funny because I'd say season 3 of Daredevil, the Netflix show before they restarted it with Daredevil Born Again, was more closely in tune with this book than the actual Daredevil Born Again show was. I feel like the Daredevil Born Again show is more in tune with like the storylines of Back in Black and then like the dark art and Death of Daredevil. I feel like that show is more in tune with that, and this is more in tune with season 3 of Daredevil. But that's just something I noticed when I was reading it. It's still really good. I loved it. The whole dynamic between Fisk just absolutely destroying Matt's life after finding out who he is and like sending Nuke on him, which Captain America has to come in to take on Nuke. So it's like not only just Captain America, but like you see Daredevil is fighting here, you flip it over to the next page, and then the Avengers show up, Captain America, Thor, Iron Man down here, because Nuke is just completely wrecking Hell's Kitchen for Wilson Fisk. But the Avengers get involved. Captain America comes in, he helps Daredevil take down Nuke. Captain America helps Daredevil kind of like clear his name so that he can return to his life as Matt Murdock. Karen Page is in this a lot. She's kind of a main plot point. She's kind of a drug addict or whatever, like heroin and stuff like that. She gives up Matt Murdock's name, or like the fact that he is Daredevil, to somebody that in turn brings it to Wilson Fisk so that he finds out, and then he starts going on a rampage trying to take down Matt Murdock. Daredevil Born Again, you should definitely read it if you're into Daredevil at all. This is obviously a top tier Daredevil story. I'm looking forward to getting more. Daredevil. Next up, I talked about it a little bit earlier, but Transformers Volume 1 by Darren Warren Johnson in the Energon universe. This was really, honestly, it surprised me so much. It was really good. Obviously, the art style was really good. The storytelling was just amazing. And it was also like a lot more adult-centered, in my opinion, because like you're literally seeing like Decepticons call humans squishies, and they like will just step on them. But it has a lot of things where like they'll like step on humans and call them squishies, and then there's this one part where they're literally at a hospital and Starscream just decides to open fire on the hospital with patients inside. And it's just a lot of adult themes that I was not expecting, but it's a welcome surprise, honestly. So the Decepticons come and they start wreaking havoc. They're taking power from people, killing a lot of people. The Autobots obviously come in to try to help and like save people, but humanity is so like hardwired to just like automatically assume everyone is the enemy, so they're like attacking the Autobots at the same time as the Decepticons. Because they are doing that, they're also shooting at people that are trying to help them. Like there's these kids that are with the Autobots, and one of them ends up getting shot because people are just open firing. They don't even care who's in front of them. It kind of dives into the fact of like, is humanity any better than the bad guys kind of thing, which is really interesting to me, and I think it's just an interesting plot point to have. And there's like a military figure, the father for one of the kids in this. He feels like he's always at war. He's constantly at war with somebody, some country or whatever. And then he has this moment with Optimus Prime where they're both just kind of like, I think that's just life. I think that's just how the universe is. It's just there's always going to be these conflicts, and no matter right or wrong, like there's just always something that they're going to be fighting for. Transformers Volume 1, really good read, really surprising read. I'm definitely going to pick up the second volume and probably expand into the Energon universe. Like I definitely want to check out Void Rivals too. I've been hearing a lot about that. And maybe some G.I. Joe. I've never been a huge G.I. Joe fan, but maybe I'll get into that too. So I was actually really excited about this. I got the Riddler Year 1 here. I talked about it a little bit in the last video. This honestly, Paul Dano needs to be a comic book writer. This was insanely good. I was super surprised by it. Paul Dano killed it. The artist, Steven Subic, killed it. It just basically fills in the gap like before the Batman and how the Riddler got to the point in the Batman to where he is the Riddler and he's doing this thing and he has this whole plan. Basically, he works for this company, accidentally figures out the whole crime organization plan and like how the Falcones are connected to everything and how these different companies are connected to everything and how everything is connected to renewal. It basically just fills in the blanks and gives you the backstory on how the Riddler came to be by the time the Batman starts. And it literally ends with the beginning of the Batman. So it's really good. Some really haunting imagery. Like visually, you can see the deterioration in Edward Nashton's head. Edward Nashton being the Riddler. But if you go through it, and like even the artist wrote in a page in the back of the book, if you go through it, it's lighter at the beginning, lighter, and then it gets darker and darker as the story goes, showing the deterioration of the Riddler's mind as the story goes on. It's definitely not a read that you have to have like going into watching the Batman. It's just extra information and extra stuff that you can get into if you're really a fan of that movie like I am. It might be a hot take, but I think I might enjoy it more than The Dark Knight, but don't come at me in the comments. I'm sorry. I just really like the Batman. Definitely check this out if you're a fan of the Batman. Paul Dano actually killed it writing this. The story is really good. Like I said, it's not mandatory reading if you're watching the Batman. It's just extra information if you really want it. And moving on, we have Absolute Wonder Woman. I got this nice hardcover also. It has issues 1 through 7 through it. Once again, the Absolute Universe is just kind of killing it regardless. This is probably definitely top 3 Absolute Universe titles for me. I just really enjoyed the spin on Diana. She's raised in hell instead of the Mascara. And she is the daughter of Cersei, and they learn like witch rituals, and she knows like spells and stuff. She's more instead of a god, she's like more of on the witch side of things, which is really cool and really interesting to go into. There's a lot of flashbacks of like her childhood, and in the main story, she's battling a beast that's coming into this city in the surface world, and she's kind of making her first appearance and stopping the demons from coming and stuff. But like she uses magic to create a new arm because she lost her arm earlier on when she was trying to save Steve Trevor from going to hell. And she just uses a lot of spells to help her out. She has this magic sword that can grow and like become massive to take down enemies. She grows the sword to be massive and then just completely slices this giant monster. Like look, that's her compared to the size of the sword. Like it's absolutely insane. But it's so sick. I love it. It dives more into Hades and Persephone and their dynamic. Hades is kind of messing with Wonder Woman, making her do like these battle trials, and she just ends up demolishing every opponent that she gets put up against, and Persephone is just like, what are you gonna do about it? Just adding on to that mythology of like the gods were always at each other's necks, which I think is really cool. But yeah, Absolute Wonder Woman, I'm excited to see more of it. I'm probably gonna wait till the second volume comes out of this because I don't have any of the single issues, so I might as well just keep going with these. But yeah, Absolute Wonder Woman, pretty good. All right, guys, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Went through my haul, went through my reviews. Again, kind of a smaller haul, but still full of heaters. Let me know down in the comments of any like comics or any comics Marvel DC related that you want me to check out. I would love to check it out. I'm also still planning on doing a Marvel Premier Collection versus DC Compact Collections. You can kind of see them right here. But yeah, I still want to do a video talking about the differences between them. There are some things that I do like a little bit more about the Premier Collection, but it's also a little bit more expensive. So I just want to compare the two and see what happens. Also, let me know if you guys want to see more of like a vlog style, like of me actually going into the store, checking out the comics, kind of talking to people, whatever, and then coming back and doing my haul and review videos like normal. So yeah, just let me know. Appreciate all the love and support on these videos. I'm honestly just doing this for fun, and I really enjoy doing it and talking about these things. So yeah, let's have a conversation in the comments. That's gonna do it for today, guys. Thank you for coming into my video and checking it out. Make sure to go check out my other videos that I have. We'll see you for our next comic book day video. Peace, love, positivity, happiness. Love you guys. Have a great day. See ya.